Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the Academic Answers podcast, where we discuss happiness, success, full potential. We answer the questions that we get on this topic, this area of our life: personal development, personal growth, becoming a better person, the area that most people ignore. We answer those questions for those who are interested in growing, in growth. Growth is a natural order of life. Most of us just go through life living as a wandering generality instead of a meaningful specific. We follow the crowd, we fit in, we conform to whatever we stumble into. Most of us, like when it comes on to career, for example, we stay in the career that we end up in. You know, we leave school, we try to find a job in our field, we don't get the job in our field, we get some other job, and we stay stuck there. We don't get out of that box. We end up with a city, we end up living in a city, we end up in a zip code, and we stay there. We don't ever move. We might go to the next best thing, but we never explore. We never expose ourselves to anything else. But those who actually decide or believe that they can be true to the desire, to the deepest, truest version of themselves, go on a path that we call personal development. The idea that we can achieve whatever it is that is aligned with our full potential. We as human beings are inordinately talented and loaded with potential and capacity, and we can tap into that and develop that. Just as those Kesselite rocks that you get diamonds from. They are sometimes 300 miles below the surface of the earth. And when you pick up that, you would never know what it is. It's just this old rock. And it is dug up from that 300 miles, and it's put on extreme pressure and heat. And there comes the diamond. But not many people or many things is willing to ride through that process. So we never get to what we want. So this question's an exciting one. Today, this person is having a great moment in their life, I believe. They're stepping out. They're doing what only 5% of people ever do. And this person has said that, look, I'm stepping to my calling, to my desires. I want more, and I've started this side hustle. I've set up, I've spent a lot of money. I'm putting this thing on my card, and I'm scared, I'm petrified, way out of my comfort zone. I've been thinking about this for a long time, and now I am moving out there. I've made all of the original initial steps. I'm set up, and this is day one for the person, and they want to know what to do. They're scared, they want a word, they want some advice, they want to know how they will do it, they want to just know what is their operational procedure day by day, what should they be looking out for, what should they be employing in their lives. Congratulations on making that move. Congratulations on believing in yourself. Most people never make that move. The average time most people try is 0. The average time most people try to go away from the norm is 0. Most people don't bother because it's so hard, because it's so intimidating, because it's so tough to move from their comfort zone. And you could show them a million people doing it, they still will be gripped by fear or laziness or whatever it is that cause most people to not even to bother. So it's commendable that you have stepped out. I don't know what type of business you're in, you have not mentioned, but what I'm going to tell you is 3 things that will help you immensely. It doesn't matter what type of business you are in. And in these times of ADD, attention deficit disorder, when people can't stay focused, when people can't, there's just so many scrolling and flashing and looking around, and it is just hard to stay focused. And it's commendable that you have picked a spot. So the first thing is that it's commendable that you have picked a spot and you decide that what you want to do. The first bit of advice I'll give to you is that most businesses take 7 years to come to some form of normalcy and to be able to sustain. And that's why most businesses fail, because most people can't do 7 years. in the grind, in the sacrifice, in the discomfort, in the uncertainty. Most people can never do that. I commend you because you have started. Now I'm imploring you to ride, to stay focused and go for the ride. Now on this ride, on this journey, I'm going to tell you that it is 70% mechanics or 80% mechanics and 20% psychology. It is your mindset that's going to be the big deal. And what the 3 things that I'm going to share with you is all strung on the keychain of mindset. How you manage your mind, how you manage your state, how your perspective is set up about your way forward, and how well you can get to do this thing, to make this thing happen for you. The first thing is your effort. Since I talk about ADD, I like acronyms, so I'm going to say this thing is EDD. So this is your 3 things to help you through your process. EDD. The first thing is effort. The effort that you're willing to put in. How many days, how many hours are you willing to consistently stay at this thing and see it through to the end? How many hours per day are you going to focus and stay pushing and working at this thing? The effort that you're going to put in is in direct proportion to the results that you will get. If you immerse yourself, you learn it more. If you stay around it often and spend more time with it, you awake more creativity in you. You come up with more things. You meet more people. You have more ideas. You have more insights. The time that you spend is very important. There's no point in building a thing and leaving it. You got to watch videos, you got to read blogs, you got to read books, you got to do courses, you got to spend hours doing the thing. Knowledge you can get from reading, knowledge you can get from exposing yourself to the content. But you're going to need judgment. You're going to need to be making decisions. And those judgments are only going to come from experience. Battlefield, battle tested, how many days you spend playing, how many hours you have over there. If you notice how the sports people coach, they have numbers and time attached to them. So they say, okay, you spend 4 hours in the morning, you're doing 100 shots, 2,000 shots, 100 jump shots, and they have numbers because they want hit time on the ground, physical and actual time spent. That's your effort. You gotta nail that down, and you need to decide that this is what I will do every day, and this is for how long I'll do it. And I will learn the learning so you can add more things or minus some of the things so you can know what you are doing, when to do it, how to do it, what to change, what to keep pushing at. You must nail that down. You must lock that down. The next thing is your desire. How badly do you want it? How do you stay hungry? How do you keep your why in front of you? How do you supercharge the need and the crave that you have to make this thing happen for you? You gotta make sure that you stay hungry. You gotta always want it. You're gonna want it all the time. You need to want it bad. And you have to find a way to feed that want. The best way to do that is to get around people who really want it bad. You cannot step away from the level of desire that you have for this thing. You got to just want it, want it, want it, want it, and keep wanting it. The third thing, and I make this really short and spicy for you. I don't want to overwhelm you with a lot of stuff. The third and last thing is your discipline. In order to make the effort, in order to keep that desire strong, you have to be disciplined. Focus, discipline. How do I not watch Netflix and do this work? How do I crank out my 2 hours a day? I'm not telling you to burn out yourself, but what you need to do is you need to set your times and your effort, and you need to actually stick to them. You must have the discipline to follow through on your schedule. Make your weekly schedule, what you're supposed to be doing each week. Set your quarterly timelines, what you're supposed to hit. Review them at the end of the month. Set up stuff so you can do stuff. If you don't set it up, you'll not be able to do it. You will miss, you will be off track, you'll be off target, you'll be all over the place. Set it up so you can crank it out. Set it up so you can crank it out. If you don't set it up, you're not going to be able to stay on track. You'll be distracted. You'll be frustrated. Just look at the things, write them down that you need to be doing every day, and stay disciplined. A big part of discipline, I'll expound on that for you. A big part of discipline is restoration, not burning out yourself, knowing how to refuel yourself. Sometimes we have the discipline, but we are tired. We don't have the energy. We're not focused. Our minds is all over the place, and it stifles us because you cannot do anything without energy. And you need energy and willpower to push to the discipline. If you're tired, if you're frustrated, you are not going to hold to the discipline. You're going to find excuses, or you're just pretty much going to stand up to do the work and you're going to fall asleep. You're going to stop. So you need to know how you restore. Do you walk? Do you listen to music? Do you go to the gym to feel better? Do you call a friend? Do you paint? Do you clean the house? Identify these things and build them into your plan. So notice when you work best. Let's say you work best 4 to 6 in the mornings. And after you do that 4 to 6 in the morning, you have an hour before you have to do anything else. You put something else that restores you, that resuscitates you, that revitalizes you into the thing, so you can keep going. Or there's a bunch of principles that have 25 minutes, 15 minutes break, 20. Just figure out something that works for you, that keeps you going, that you are best at. I'll give you an example. I used to wake up in the mornings at 3, and I used to go till 6 o'clock in the mornings to do my blog, do whatever stuff I have online, run my online stores, do all that stuff. I used to do that. And then what I found is that when I finish at 6 and I keep going through the day, at 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, there's this heavy fatigue on me. I'm not coherent. I'm tired. I just want to stop. I want to sleep. And for years I was doing that. And then I don't know how I got to try it, but then what I started to do, I started to wake up at 3 or 3:30. I work until 5:30, and then I go back in bed for the half an hour, take a nap to take the edge off, or just lie down there in a couple of deep breaths, or I fall asleep most times. And ever since that, at 12, 1, 2 o'clock, I don't feel that fatigue. And that is very important for me to carry on with the rest of my day. So I found my formula. You have to find your formula. But the effort, the desire, and the discipline, and the restoration of your energy are the things that I'll tell you to do. So go and immerse yourself in your craft. Learn it. You're not in a hurry. You're not on a rush. You're on a learning curve. Go in. Decide that you'll stick it out. Be persistent and push, push, push. Learn and act. 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 Test and retest. Look back. Review. Recap. Audit. And keep going, and know that if I believe in myself enough, I do have what it takes to figure it out. Because what I don't know, I will learn, I'll implement, and I learn through trial and error. I learn through massive action, and I will get through this. I will learn it, and I'll take it to the level that I can take it, because it can be done, and I have the potential in me to get it done. Thank you, guys. Always a pleasure. I hope this helped you if you're starting out in business, if you are in business and planning to quit or anything like that. If you're just starting that project that you have this passion about, and you will be pulled into doubt, you will be pulled into frustration. There will be failures, there will be errors, you'll lose money, you will take your knocks. So the studies have shown that the average millionaire has been bankrupt. The average millionaire has been bankrupt 8 times. Don't think you are special and things will happen to you and it's not supposed to happen, and you're going to give up because this wasn't meant to be because you have tried 2 or 3 times. That's not how it works. The people who do it decide that they would do it, and they decide that they only need to get up 1 more extra time than they've fallen. There you go. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Always a pleasure.